Hi guys, welcome to Punneit's Astrology. This is your astrologer Punneit, and once again I am with you with my astrology videos in your channel, One Stop Astro Channel, Punneit's Astrology. I know I have been very late in uploading my videos, but what to do? I have a lot of work, and in order to complete that work, I had to stop uploading videos. I was trying to upload, but some or the other way I was not able to upload the videos, but I promise that from now onwards I will upload at least one video per week, if not more. I was planning earlier to upload at least 3 videos per week, but due to the work pressure I was not able to upload as many videos as I wanted to. But now I will try to upload at least one video every weekend, because weekend is the time when I get free, Saturdays and Sundays, and I will upload a video per week. For today, the video is Saturn and Mars conjunction. I hope you have liked earlier videos. Do watch my other videos and subscribe my channel, because subscription is what keeps you and me stay connected, and I will get to know what you like and what you dislike, and so I will modify my content and bring you more and more from the world of astrology. Coming back to the Saturn and Mars conjunction. This conjunction is considered to be as one of the most powerful and dreadful conjunction because of the presence of two very powerful malefics, Saturn on one side and then Mars. Both are placed together on one house. What will happen when Saturn and Mars conjunction? Let us try to find that out. So coming to the Saturn and Mars conjunction, what happens when Saturn and Mars sits together? Saturn is a planet of restriction. Saturn is the ruler of karma. Saturn is responsible to give the results of our own karma. Saturn is the judge. Saturn judges each one of us karma and gives the result accordingly, whether good or bad. Saturn is the planet that causes the Sarasati and Dhaya. What is Mars? Mars is a planet full of energy. Mars is the Bhumiputra. Mars wants to build. Mars is the engineer. Mars is the fighter. Mars is the soldier. Mars represents masculinity. Mars represents the energy that resides within us and that wants to execute a task. Saturn wants to generalize in a way that if the task is good, it should be executed. If they are bad, it should not be. But Mars is the energy that can execute any task. Remember, be good or bad, whatever be the task is, the energy that is used is of Martian energy. Because Mars is a soldier, he wants to win, conquer, and for everything, Mars finds a battlefield in every place. So wherever Mars will sit, Mars will feel that he wants to defend that place. And Mars wants to conquer that particular position. What happens when Saturn and Mars combines? Mars is a young planet. Mars is a young blood. Mars wants to win the war. Saturn is, however, a matured one. Saturn is a matured planet. He is a matured person. He wants to understand the good and bad before even executing a task. Mars does not want to do that. Mars wants to win. Saturn says, please wait. Try to analyze the situation. If perfect, then only proceed. If not, don't do. So if Mars is the accelerator of a car, Saturn are the brakes. Without brakes, a car will crash, and without acceleration, the car will not even move. So lucky are those who have Saturn and Mars conjunction. They may face initial difficulties in the initial, that is first 30 years of their life, because of the Martian influence. Because when you are young, Saturn has less influence, Mars has more influence, because you have the more masculine capacity, you have the more muscular capacity to pitch in and fight and win. But when you grow old, with experience and maturity, what Saturn gives you, Saturn takes over the control slowly and eventually. So when the road is rough, you can easily switch between brake and accelerator. So you already have one hand on the brake and one hand on the accelerator, and this means you have the control of your life. So if you have a Saturn-Mars conjunction, this means you can utilize this conjunction to control your life, to control your actions and modify the results accordingly, but provided you understand this conjunction exactly and the way it is performing for you. You may feel huge difficulty when you have this conjunction, especially in the bad houses 3, 6, 8 and 12. But you have to understand that what Saturn wants to give you is experience of life. And experiences does not come in a cozy environment. Experience only comes when you are out of your comfort zone. So Saturn-Mars conjunction generally pulls the person out of the comfort zone and pushes him to the boundary, and he wants to work and win. And you have to understand that Saturn is karma and Mars is energy. So when karma and energy combines, this means the karmic energy is overflowing. During the early years of the person's life, that is up to 30 years of age, Mars has more influence. So he has more energy, so he becomes a workaholic person. He wants to work and win, but ultimately Saturn explains him that just by hitting the wall or pressing the wall, the wall will not move. Your efforts must be guided in the right direction, and this is what the Saturn-Mars conjunction is. This means in this life, the purpose of you is to understand what is guided effort, how the effort has to be guided in a way that you get the maximum out of it. You do not need to accelerate at a speed of 100 kmph or 100 miles per hour every time. A cruise speed is enough to have you reach the destination, and that too safely. This is what Saturn-Mars conjunction is. So if you have the Saturn-Mars conjunction, what will happen is if you try to pitch in fast, Saturn will slow you down. If you make yourself too slow, Mars will pull you up. So it's a push and pull combination. Mars is trying to push you, Saturn is trying to pull you back. Now this push and pull tension is felt by you. You feel that the task is not able to, you are not able to execute the task you want to do, but you are not able to perform. You get a lot of obstructions, you get boundaries, you want to break the boundary, but you cannot. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to understand what your limitations are. Work within your limitation and work with full passion. You need to become workaholic. You need to execute Martian energy as well as the Saturnian energy. Because if you avoid one, the other will create a deficit and will try to pull you back in their zone. So you have to have one leg on the Saturn's realm and the one leg on the Martian realm. And you have to take control, the grip of your life in a way that you do not fall in a realm of only Mars or only Saturn. This also means that you have to be very calculative about your energy, otherwise you will feel exhausted. You overspend your energy. You overspend your enthusiasm. You overspend your dreams. Don't do that. Try to be stable. Try to be grounded. Try to be humble. Do not initiate anger and arguments whenever you are in public, especially if Saturn Mars is in 7th house. Especially if it is 7th house. If it is in 7th house, you may have problems related to marriage life, and therefore it is advised to marry after 30 or 32 years of age, irrespective whether it is a boy or a girl, because once you have the maturity, you will be able to handle the situation quite perfectly, rather than you will be answering the questions in a reaction way rather than the responsive way. So when you have a Saturn-Mars conjunction, don't react to a situation, respond to a situation in a very calculative and subtle manner, and try to be diplomatic as much as possible. Saturn-Mars conjunction makes people engineers, because Saturn is the process and Mars is the building. Mars is the engineer. Mars wants to build things. Mars wants to construct. Saturn-Mars conjunction is seen in engineers, especially civil and mechanical engineer, the person working in oceanography, and person who are going into Arctic, and people building heavy machineries, spacecraft engineers. This is a very common yoga, and also this is a very common yoga in athletes. This is also a very common yoga seen in construction business. People with Saturn-Mars conjunction would want to construct buildings because they will never be satisfied with what they have. On one side you have the bhumi, and on the other side you have what is inside the bhumi. So you are grounded and what is below the ground. This also means that petrochemical industry is going to be one fruitful industry for you, provided Saturn-Mars conjunction is forming in a water sign, especially Scorpio. But when you have a Saturn-Mars conjunction, avoid conflicts, because whenever you will have conflict, it may turn out to be physical one. So it is advisable to learn some self-defense techniques such as karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, or some mixed martial art, just for the sake of self-defense and to execute the Martian energy, because you are bubbling the energy and you have to put it somewhere. You have to hit hard, but in a way that you don't get hit. You don't get the hit back. So it's better to hit the punching bag rather than punching the wall, because if you punch the wall, you are going to suffer. But when you hit the punching bag, your frustration goes out. You want to execute the task and you're executing it. You're putting out the frustration there, but you're not doing any harm to yourself. Be careful with this yoga, because you are very prone to accidents, and you may have problems related to anemia, iron contamination in body, and also some problems related to joints and bones, because Saturn and Mars conjunction that executes the overworking of the bone joints and over iron consumption inside the body. So you have to be very careful when you consume iron food, high iron rich foods. And also you have to be very careful while talking with someone, because your energy will be bubbling out. So you have to talk very maturely, because once you talk maturely, you will be able to influence the people, because then your experience will have the energy backing. So what good will be the experience? You can understand if it has the energy behind it. That is called enthusiastic maturity, and that for a person with this kind of maturity level will be able to execute what he wants to do for the benefit of mankind. This is what you have to do. This is what you are born with. This is what you are supposed to do. With the Saturn-Mars conjunction, you have a very high powerhouse and a very controlled environment. It's like a nuclear reactor with a complete blockage around it. So it can be consumed in a very precise and calculative way. You have to take this energy in a very calculative way, otherwise this will explode itself. Remember, Mars is very hot and Saturn is very cold. When cold and hot combines, it blasts. There is a huge matter-antimatter annihilation there. And because of this huge blast in energy, the house where Saturn-Mars conjunction is sitting may feel the heat. Because whenever Saturn-Mars conjunction will sit, it will make the house a war zone. You will always try to protect that house. You will always try to execute the task of that house. You will always try to have problems from that house, and then you want to solve it, you want to win it. This is not advisable. Because if Saturn-Mars conjunction is sitting in a particular house, and if the conjunction is well within 10 degrees of conjunction, that means, for example, Saturn is at 10 degree and Mars is at 18 degree, then you have to understand how powerful the conjunction is by seeing the problems of your life. If the problems related to that particular house of horoscope is coming too much, then you have to really take care of that. How to control the Saturn-Mars conjunction? A very easy way is to invoke the energy of Hanumanji. You have to bow down in front of Lord Hanuman and you have to pray Hanuman Chalisa. You have to pray Hanuman Mantra. You have to bring Hanuman Yantra at home and visit Hanuman temple. Every Tuesday and Saturday, try to help people who are in problem, who are frustrated, who are mentally challenged, who are physically challenged, who cannot execute a task. Remember, you have to help the person who does not have the energy, because you have that extra energy. So help somebody who cannot perform his or her own task. And this is the way by which you can make this conjunction beautiful one, because then Mars will see that your energy is being utilized in a positive way, and Saturn will see that Martian energy is being utilized in a positive way, so his karma is good. So let me give him a good karmic result. So Saturn, instead of fighting Mars, will try to initiate the good karmic platform and give you a very good life. So this is what you have to do. You have to bow down to the power of Lord Hanuman, that he will give you the strength to fight this conjunction and utilize the powerhouse that you have. This battery, you can utilize it the way you want to. The only thing is, do you want to? So guys, that was my analysis of Saturn-Mars conjunction, and do like and watch my other videos. You can explore my channel, comment on any other videos, and if you want to contact me directly, below in the description section I have my contact number and my email address and my website. If you want to contact me directly, you can call my number or WhatsApp me. So that was my analysis. Do subscribe my channel, because hit the subscription, blast the subscription, click the bell icon, because you will be notified whenever I will upload a video, because I will upload more videos. So I think you should hit the bell icon. So guys, with this I end this video. I hope you like this video. If you do like, do comment. Thank you.